I was really hoping it wouldn't come to this, but it's time to talk about the Insurrection Act. I'm Liz Oyer, the former pardon attorney for the Department of Justice. In the United States, our military is not a police force. We have a law called the Posse Comitatus Act that prohibits the military from participating in law enforcement. But there's an exception to that rule. It's called the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act permits the president to deploy troops to suppress a rebellion or an insurrection, or, if necessary, to enforce federal laws. Using common sense, it sounds like the Insurrection Act should apply only in the most extreme situations, but that's actually not how the law is written. There are two big problems with the Insurrection Act. One is that the language it uses is very unclear. Key terms, like the word insurrection, aren't even defined, so there's a lot of room for interpretation. Two is that it gives the president a lot of discretion. It's up to him to decide if the conditions are met to invoke the act, and if he does, courts have only limited power to review his decision. Presidents throughout history have invoked the Insurrection Act only in emergency situations that civil law enforcement authorities truly could not manage. For example, President Lincoln invoked it during the Civil War when the South tried to leave the Union. Presidents Eisenhower and Kennedy also used it to enforce school desegregation after certain states tried to block Black students from enrolling in schools using their National Guards. The last time the Insurrection Act was used was in 1992 during the Los Angeles riots. President Trump did not invoke the Insurrection Act to stop the Capitol siege in January 2021, but now he's threatening to use it to send troops to Portland and Chicago. You might be wondering why Trump would do this since he's already called up the National Guard. Two reasons. One, courts in Portland and Chicago have blocked Trump from sending the National Guard. Two, the Insurrection Act allows him to send active duty troops, not just the Guard. Is this necessary? No. But can he do it? Possibly, and don't be surprised if he tries. Trump is intentionally testing the limits of presidential power. As we've discussed, this is part of Stephen Miller's master plan to implement Project 2025. So what can we do about it? Well, Congress needs to act. Congress makes the laws in our country. They created the Insurrection Act, and they have the power to fix it. Legal scholars have been saying for years that the Insurrection Act is outdated and dangerously overbroad. So let's urge our elected reps to wake up, get to work, and fix it.